To talk entertainment, I'm back with Las Vegas Review-Journal columnist John Katsilometes, joining us with some updates. He's got a column called Cats. And you always got stuff going on. This was something that I noticed you have highlighted over the weekend, and this was Letterman visiting his old friend, Paul Shaffer, here in town, right? Tell me how this all came together.
How this came about is Paul Shaffer and the Shapeshifters opened their run at
Shapeshifters
at Cleopatra's Barge at Caesar's Palace, one of my favorite places. And frequently, as is in his first run here in Las Vegas, he has a lot of friends drop in. And I had been tipped off by none other than Paul Shaffer that his old boss would be coming in. And this is last Thursday night, folks. And this is my video. And I had a chance to meet one of my heroes and interview David Letterman. That's on the column now. Dave came up and talked to Paul on stage there with the band. There's Noibel Gorgoy, the pride of Cuba, is the singer, and some of our buddies in the background there, the Fury, Andrew Friedlander, David Perico in the band. David came up and talked about their time together on Late Night with David Letterman and then The Late Show with David Letterman. And it was really, really cool. And then later in this set, Randy Bachman of Bachman Turner Overdrive came up and played Taking Care of Business, also unscheduled. The point of all this is that Paul's back on October 11th through the 13th, and he frequently has friends of his drop in. He's had members of his band, he's had the Righteous Brothers, he's had Penn Jillette come into the show, Martin Short has been in there, and you never know what's going to happen, and that's what makes it great. I don't know if Letterman's going to come back, but he sure had fun that night, and we all did.
Isn't that what Vegas used to be about, just the pop-ins, right? You never knew who was going to show up.
Shaffer is, Dana, all about that.
Yeah.
He's all about that. He loves the old Vegas, and Letterman was telling me he hadn't been on stage in Las Vegas since 1987 when he brought his show here to Bally's, and had never headlined here. So he was blown away by the whole thing too. It was really a great night. Kenny Loggins was in the crowd.
Great.
It was the whole thing. Yeah.
I thought maybe Dave would shave the beard because I saw he had it, and some of those sit-downs he does on, are they on Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix, yeah. My next guest needs no introduction is the name of the show.
That one.
And to sit across from him in that, as he's wearing that beard, is very intimidating. You know, it's a big thing. It's a physically big thing.
Physically big thing.
It was like, are you Amish? But that's his thing. That's what he looks like, and he's a wonderful guy. We had a great time with him.
All right, well, this sounds like a great time. A night out with George Clooney and Randy Gerber. Apparently, they have this big Halloween party that they're throwing here in Las Vegas, right? Where? At the Aria? At the
Aria. There's a new restaurant that's going to be opening in the fall called Catch, and this party that Clooney and Randy Gerber, his business partner, they have a tequila company together, they're going to bring part of their party that is in LA to Las Vegas to Catch during Halloween. They haven't said the date or any other specifics about this. This originated from Page 6. I tried to get a hold of my friends at MGM Resorts. They are not really privy to it either, other than they say we're picking out our costumes.
Yeah, right.
But it's going to be a big deal. This is an A-list party, as you can imagine. And Gerber and Clooney have had interest in Las Vegas. If you remember years ago, they had Los Ramblas, so there was going to be a resort on Harmon Avenue. Remember that? It was going to be the old Vegas resort, and they're going to rekindle their interest in Las Vegas with this big party, and it's going to be quite a thing, and we're awaiting more details about it. But Aria around Halloween is going to be celeb central.
Yeah, George Clooney is a big one. All right. Okay, let's talk about Amazing Jonathan. It is amazing. Boy, I remember it coming out that he was not doing well and he didn't have long to live, and now he's still going strong. This is amazing.
He turned 60 Sunday. 4 years ago, he was given 1 year to live. Now, Amazing Jonathan was one of the biggest stars. There he is with his wife, Anastasia Sin, who's also a top-level illusionist performer in her own right, and had a long history before they got married together. And she has been his stage partner for 5 years and married for 8 years. They performed together. AJ has a congenital heart disease that will eventually lead to his death, and he knows this, and he's talked about it. But somehow he's been able to continue living and performing even.
Amazing.
And there's a documentary that's coming out about him that debuted in Vancouver in March and is going to be premiered in the United States in Los Angeles next week, or in 2 weeks. And he's going to perform this year and again I think in February at Foxwoods in Connecticut. He's got dates. And he told me that he doesn't understand exactly how he made it either, but he's an amazing guy, Amazing Jonathan, and I'm hoping that he gets a date here in Las Vegas again. Most recently played last November at Rock's Lounge at Red Rock Resort.
Great. Yeah, it's good to see him plugging away. We're happy. We're happy to still have him here. That's for sure.
It's just an incredible situation. It's an incredible story that he's alive still.
All right, you can read more of Katz's stories in his column in the Review Journal. It's called Cats.